And honestly, at this point, if you wanted to be, you could be fairly close to the kind of your objective. Um, Let me see. Both Guitar and Emma have kept quiet vigil, kind of looking to either side of the crossway. And on your way, you've, of course, met plenty of people going about this pathway. But the closer and closer you get to this point, especially when you cross that bridge, um, you see fewer people. Seems that people know better than to take the long bridge around.
Okay. Um,
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Go ahead, though, Sean.
no, I don't really have anything. Do you have anything?
Well, I was going to ask Kane, the skill +1, does that have to be skills that are on my sheet, or could I
Nope.
add a +1 skill?
Yep, you could have +1.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All
He
right.
still doesn't decide.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
Just leave it.
yeah. You heard me typing, but I'm googling fate skills to think which one I want. I can kind of weigh my options. All right, so we're on a bridge outside of Partners Plummet.
Yep. And you know you're probably about like an hour's march away from the catacombs you were pointed towards.
All right, but we were told to stick to the high roads. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh, notice challenge of -4. Look at that, I got it for the high roads. Wonderful.
No, that'll just be an aspect you can tap because at this point, Emma will just say, from this point on, they could be watching. It's best we're in a position that they can't. And then she will kind of initiate the stealth challenge for you guys. So it's a challenge of 2 to get through this without being spotted and raising the difficulty of the future encounter.
Sean, do you have any stealth?
I do not.
All right. Well, I do now. I'm glad
Okay.
that it sounds like Kane saying yeah earlier saw that I'm not just adding this right now. Um, great. So it's a stealth challenge of 2.
Yep, and you have 1 free invocation from Jordan of
Oh,
High
great.
Road. Yep.
Why don't I go ahead and use that now? Uh, great.
Oof.
Narrative
Okay.
that we did. So I'm glad that we hedged our bets there.
I think I know a way, Emma says, and she will point a bit towards this mountain face here, coinciding with what you've been told, Rakote.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll kind of look at the mountain and sort of mutter to himself. Of course, climbing on the day that I traded my cane.
uh, Emma will just say, it's better to take it slow. Don't worry too much about it. Just keep your eyes on your feet. And she will start moving ahead.
Great. Yeah, I suppose we'll follow.
Is there a bunch? Is there debris around, Kane?
Oh, of course. This whole place is worn down.
Okay. Um. Let's see. I'm gonna try to make a makeshift cane for Rakote.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
What do you want me to do for that specifically? Because
I would.
crafts, but I don't know if you want me to notice for something first.
No, notice would create I think notice would be a harder challenge, is what I would say.
Okay.
So you can go at it with a notice challenge or a crafts challenge, or the 2 options. What interests you?
I think crafts.
Okay. Let's say that the challenge is a 1. Just taking your gloves into account for sure, and being able to like hammer something into place.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is a quick. You find something that is like a peg or something, or like a. I don't know if anyone's ever broken a piece of wood apart that goes along the grain. It's an easier thing to break than it is if you were to try to break it against it and just get a longer piece that you can hammer something on top of.
You know what? And you describing that, I think that's a much easier ask. I'm going to set that at a 0, and if you succeed, then Rakote, I can't tap your caneless attribute to with fate points and things like that.
Wonderful.
Okay.
So.
So what's the challenge again?
Challenge of 0 crafts.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah.
I find a some kind of metal bauble that somebody had on some opulent cart at some point that has long since been useless, and he'll just slam with his metal glove things the makeshift cane down onto that and melt it to the top with some focus of his fire. Then he'll just toss it over.
All right. Yeah,
Here.
Rakote.
Yeah, he'll catch it and he'll sort of turn it around in his hands, admiring it.
Careful, don't touch the top part yet. That's gonna have to cool for a little bit. It gets stuck to your hand forever.
Yeah. There's immediately the sound of sizzling as he screams like Tom from Tom and Jerry. Yeah, he'll sort of rotate it by the wooden portion, and he'll look at you with surprise that turns to delight as he gives it a few taps to the ground, satisfied with how sturdy it is. And he says, "Oh, Rastavan, I think there are more fish in your future."
Well, hopefully there's more than fish in my future, but sure.
Yeah, he'll clutch it, very grateful, and we'll start the climb.
Okay. Yeah, the other two are waiting for you, and you hear kind of the last bit of guitar saying, I don't like being so far from the town. And then Emma picks up, that town didn't even exist 10 years ago. Times before that, those were hard. If you want to live nice and comfortable, then keep your head forward and focus on the task at hand. We're in their country. And she will kind of point down the road, and you will see the kind of the path that you would have taken. There are a few men that kind of emerge and kind of scout and then move forward, not taking notice of you.
Oh. All right.
Did you hear something? I thought I heard something.
And the good news is you get the easier cannibal map because you did a good job.
Hey.
Hey, use your cannibal map.
Yes.
Actually, I needed to delete one of those, and he was a 1.
I don't like the first mechanic of the cannibals. Take a fucking bite out of you and
Yeah, that is how that works.
like an Elder Scrolls character eating a wheel of cheese. They heal your fucking calf meat.
You see all their lobster bibs that they fasten onto their necks, geared up and ready to eat.
Yeah.
And now you have a little bit of planning ahead of you, and a bit of work you can do ahead of time. Mechanically, you've already noticed how the cannibals work. That's fine. All that stuff's up there. You can also move in this zone, but I think what I should tell you first and foremost is that each of these large double squares here, these are areas where your gold shirt might be. They always have at least a minion that will help you fight, at least. One of them has 2 minions in it. And then one of them has Corporal Botnik, the person that you're here searching for.
Okay.
In order to get through the door, it's the same rules as what Mac had to unfortunately bang her head against a little bit. It's these doors. Every time you fail, the challenge is reduced by 1. But the current challenge is a physique/burglary check of 1. And then to kind of give you your last bit of information before you guys plan how to proceed, I would want some type of investigate or notice to see what potential entry points you find. Because there's always 1 for free, but there are 2 more.
Okay.
Okay. Sean, if you have investigate or notice, I don't have either.
Okay. I don't have much, but why not?
Challenge of 1.
Hooray.
Wow.
Okay, that'll give you both. Very nice. That and that. Okay. So these are the 3 points that kind of a light to you. And what you see looking down is what might have once been a village kind of abutting a grave site. But much of that wood has been worn down, and now they take basically comfort in these large kind of crypts, which are represented by these double square areas. And the people below you seem as normal as any you've seen thus far. A bit dirtier and unfortunately maybe a bit well fed. But they all just kind of are conferring, talking, and moving about in their own way.
All right. Well,
I think the top exit is closest to more of those two spaces.
yeah, good idea.
I think if we start at the very top one, identified by Rastavan, that will give us the best advantage to search as fast as we can. If I'm looking
Yeah.
at this right.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay. So Emma's giving you a stealth. What's Qatar giving you?
Qatar is giving us provoke.
Okay. So you got a stealth and a provoke on your sheet. And just remember, if you ever want to, you can have them take a hit for you.
Mhm.
But they will be defeated and will be removed from your sheet.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So this is a pretty expansive area, one in which you can approach relatively easy. You don't have to have any stealth rolls here, as you have a good lay of the land and can find your way to the entrance you're looking for. As both Rosvan and Rakote, you kind of saddle up, and before you is the entirety of this former village.
Okay. Hmm. So are
Currently,
we in
there's
turn
no
order?
turn order.
Oh,
There's
okay.
currently no turn order until
Oh.
you alert them. It's just movement as usual. You can create advantages, do whatever you want. This is basically just to show you kind of what you're up against. If you want to
Okay.
move through a zone, it's set by the number of enemies in that zone. So, challenge of 1 to
Okay.
move through that zone, challenge of 1, challenge of 2 down here.
Okay. I guess we'll go to the left there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can easily make it there. It's only when you actually move into the zone, sorry, that you will have to roll. So, looking down, you see a group of cannibals kind of tending to a fire in the early morning sun.
Okay. And does I can't remember. Does she work? She works one's on way, right?
Yep, up to 2.
Oh, right. Okay. So Rastavan is going to um, raise his hands up to the fish that's hanging around his neck. It's been there. It's kind of starting to stink. And he's going to focus the big metal Coke cans on his hands around this fish's corpse, and it'll start to melt and fall onto the ground, bone and all. And those melted pieces will start to take the form of these sort of uh, they're kind of they're like ashes, but they're sort of imbued with a little bit of flame, just sort of flickering within them like flakes. And he will focus on the cannibals down there, and he'll say, "I don't suppose you have anything that you could use to, deal with these guys before they start gnawing our faces, right?"
He'll say, I'm not much of a fighter. I have my words and little else.
Still have those two with us, right?
Yep.
Right. Well, we may as well use your friends there. Unless you have some other use for them.
He says, they look strong. So Sean, you're poised to shoot, like, if it comes to that, or
Yeah, he's just readying himself.
okay,
He's not taking the initiative to fight.
all right. So I suppose first plan would be to try to sneak past the first group of cannibals here.
Okay. Challenge of 1. If you
Okay.
fail, their conflict will initiate.
Um, all
Oh,
right.
Rastavan was saying we just fight him.
Oh, just to fight him.
Rastavan
Okay.
has no desire to sneak.
Gotcha.
At
All
this
right, so
point.
we're just going in.
Yep.
See if I can't at least start with a. I'll try to create a stealth advantage against them
Okay.
to see if we can kind of get into position before it pops off.
Notice of 0. They're a minion.
Okay. Wow!
What the fuck?
Dang.
That was a
no.
flat ultimate
It's,
failure there.
It's a yikes.
Wow.
Is there anything you could realistically reroll that with?
I don't suppose the retainers themselves are an aspect that I could tap, given that I'm using their skill.
No, I think that's fair.
All right, so I will. I'll tap that. Emma has having had to come through this area before on whatever raids she goes on to get rations for the town. I guess before Rakote steps on a fucking tin can trap, she identifies it.
Hey, I told you to watch your feet. And she will point, and you'll see kind of like a situated trap beneath you. Kind of cold perch steel waiting for your foot.
Yeah, he'll look he'll look down at it and he'll say, "My mistake. Lead the way."
And go ahead. You're gonna re-roll that.
Well, with a with a
Woo!
1.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
So you will succeed. Create
Fuck.
an advantage against them.
All right. So we're
Keep to the shadows.
Yeah, we're in position.
He steps on a Vietnam era claymore.
So, do you want to actually move into that zone? You could create that from here currently.
Oh yeah, if we can create it from here, then yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
I won't throw myself into danger.
Okay. In that case, you're kind of deliberating and stuff, and one of the men will regard another and say, "You used to eat rats, didn't you?" "Of course, we all ate rats. That's all there was to eat." "What do you think the rats ate?" And the man will just give a very, like, still look at him, and he'll say, "Most people don't like to think about that." He will just kind of there will be a silence between the two of them, seeming to like communicate and think a little bit about their situation as you guys set up. And I'd say whoever wants to go and give me a roll for initiating conflict.
I would say Rastavan's just going to be reactive at this point, so.
Okay. So Rakote, you know that within each of these kind of larger structures are people that can help, and you are currently have a boost on the person below you. What are you doing?
All right. I suppose at Rostavan's insistence, Emma, Qatar, and I will move in with our stealth advantage on the. So this is like not. This is like an open area.
I imagine a former town, so there's plenty of like steps and alleys and things like that. There's plenty going on.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to think like everybody gonna start running at us immediately at first blood.
No, you know what? If you attack and are successful with style, I will allow you to continue without alerting them. If you just succeed, combat initiates. If you fail, combat initiates. But if you succeed with style over a 1, You can
Okay.
continue.
Oh.
All right. And trying to think of what I would do if I do provoke instead of fight.
I mean, same rules. They'd be defeated if you deal stress over that. You could scare them, frighten them, do whatever else. They would basically be out of the conflict.
All right. Why don't I do that then?
Okay, gotcha.
Will the stealth advantage apply to this or no?
Yeah, because you're emerging from the shadows. I
Okay.
think it's fair enough. If you succeed with style, they will scatter and there'll be nothing.
All right. I'm gonna do this then.
Woo, okay.
Dang.
So Rakote will emerge from the shadows, taking this individual by surprise. And before they, I guess, go to scream out, he will actually somewhat bravely reach forward with his clawed hand and just fall short of putting it on the individual's lips, as he looks very low below the brim of his hat, and he'll say, "My friend, it serves to be a lot of bloodshed here today. If you value your life, leave this place now. Take nothing with you, and tell no one."
There will be one man, and then there is a second, the kind of two that were conversing. But the kind of like the older one will turn towards his partner and say, "We can always pick up what's left," and they will move aside.
Like with Emma's +1, if she has like a sword or anything, she could be like just kind of pulling it out.
Yep,
It's enough to show the steel.
sounds
The
good.
uh, the Middle Ages equivalent of showing that you have a gun tucked into your pants.
Yeah, they will basically move aside, seemingly to wait and see what happens next.
Great.
Cool.
Rakote will look back and gesture to Rostavan that we're going to go this way.
Okay.
All right, I'll move forward.
All
He'll
right.
say, "Oh, wow, I was expecting some kind of conflict. Nice job."
Uh, yeah, he'll say, "Sometimes it pays to look frightening." And yeah, we'll move on this way.
All right. The challenge is a one physique or burglary. If you fail, you will create sound and conflict will initiate.
What's your physique at, Rostavan? Or your
Mine's
burglary?
at +2.
Okay, so you've got a higher physique than my burglary.
All right, alley-oop.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay. There is a fairly simple lock in Rostavan. You're able to just straight up melt through that if that be your wish.
Yeah, that's what it'll do. He'll
Okay.
having started to take note of the methods of safeguarding on this island, he'll be able to melt it.
Okay. And when you do finally enter in, you see a group of men, kind of weaponless, but their eyes darting towards you. And then trying to take stock of who you are, Emma will step forward and just say, "Jordan sent us. We're here for you and the gold shirt. If you can fight, well, pick something up. And you will have a little minion that can add +1 fight to one of your rolls."
Hey.
Oh, right.
Where are you going to next?
Let's see.
I guess down to the left. It's my thing.
Down there?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's the next challenge that awaits you. You see a bit more of a presence here as a group of 4 men kind of stalk around. A few of them regarding the door, looking in and kind of laughing a bit before returning to the fire.
Okay. Um. So, oh god, we'd have to set up a whole new stealth thing to get past these guys, wouldn't we?
If you want to move past them, it's a challenge of 1. Then you have to use burglary or physique to knock it down.
Be a challenge of 1 stealth to move past them?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, well,
We'd have to roll flat.
yeah.
Also, real quick bookkeeping, Kane. Did you subtract a fate point from me before?
No.
Didn't think so. Or I wasn't sure. There we go. All right. Make sure I'm managing that. Okay. Ah. I'm not gonna roll 2 negative 4s.
Challenge of 1.
Said.
You moving past?
Why would you say that?
Let's try it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so what would happen in this case is you would be able to roll for the door, and then combat would initiate. As you can slip past, but then a few of them kind of turn a curious eye to some movement or some sound.
Okay.
All right.
I'm fine with that.
All right. So the door before you, as you hear the approaching footsteps of cannibals behind you, is a 1 physique or burglary.
It's physique. Ugh, match.
Okay. So you will not get through on this turn, but at the start of whoever goes first, you will be able to open the door. As a kind of loud howling issues behind you, and you see a group of kind of grizzled men with simple, crude weaponry drawn at their sides. And one of the men will say, let's see. How do you think we're going to crack that one open? Kind of motioning towards Rostavan. I don't know, we can always just eat around it. And let's go ahead and initiate combat at this point.
All right.
Sorry, 1 sec. Other people, we're going to play a few turns of this, and then we will cut back to you. I know it's been a minute. Thank you for your patience.
Every time you say that, you have to cut off one of your fingers.
Oh, no.
Cut off the finger that's habitually clicking while you're speaking.
Sorry, it's moving shit. Okay. Go ahead and put your notice roll. Okay. 1, 0, 0. Rakote, you will go second.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and get this rolling as all around you a familiar, similar howl kind of erupts, kind of issuing into a chorus. And this man will move. This man will move. This man will move. Rosavan, you hear the cries and see the man in front of you. I'm kind of preparing himself for conflict.
Okay. Let's see. Oh boy. I am going to take the defensive action
Okay. Not a bad play. As Rosvan, there's plenty of spare material, wood, tables, any manner of thing to defend yourself with. Rakote?
Let's see.
The door will open after your action.
Okay. I am going to try to scare these folks away too. So we'll Emma and I will provoke this group here.
Okay. 2. It's an ambush, level 2. They will take 1 stress. As against your howls, a few of them start to lose their nerve a little bit, but the older ones kind of like bang their tools against the side of the housing and kind of reconstitute their will and begin to circle you completely.
All right.
And with that, behind you, the door will open, and you will see a group of men that can also kind of fortify your efforts.
Oh, wonderful.
Right.
He will move. They will move. That man will move. The leader, a man kind of draped in a simple cloth, red beard kind of plastered to the side of his face, will issue, kind of like from his voice at the highest point, down to you, Rakote, and will say, "Give up now, and you will decide how you die." And he will just throw a provoke at you of 3.
Okay. 3 provoke.
Okay. Pretty
Now,
good.
So he gets a boost on me. Rakote will look up through and shadow cast on his already ghoulish face. He'll just say, "You expect me to believe that? No. We die fighting."
You die. We can agree on that.
He will gesture with his cane to everyone here and say, "We die fighting," like including your cannibals.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. In that case, Dave, roll against a 2, and then Sean, roll against a 2. Fight.
Okay.
If I when do I have Emma take the damage?
You can roll first.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
All right.
2 coming your way. Oh, Jesus. What's your athletics or fight, Sean?
Oh shoot. Athletics. It's 2. It's also
Okay,
2.
perfect. So another boost. Let's resolve real quick. What are you doing, Dave?
I'm gonna have Emma chief that.
Okay.
We don't need stealth anymore, and also it's not the worst thing if she goes down.
She will indeed go down, as she just says, "Eyes up, chum," and she will just be domed completely mid-sentence, and just spill her skull onto the floor. She will be expiring as Guitar kind of whimpers in his own way.
Oh.
You should look out for
Okay.
that friend. Maybe keep your head low next time. She's
Okay.
just her smile has left as both her eyeballs tumble out of her exploded skull.
All right, and then the last attack, I'm gonna roll. 1 is Dave, 2 is Sean. Dave, you have a 2 shoot coming your way.
Okay.
As a rusted bolt flies through the air and tries to kind of pin you down.
I'll take the damage.
Okay. Campbell's already moved. Your turn, Rastavan.
Oh, there's nothing coming at me.
Kane, are they attacking from the same zone this shot or no?
This guy's moving here, attacking from here.
Great. Never mind then.
Okay. Let's see. Hmm.
You guys currently have +3 fight.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, so just to clarify, these can each add +1 to a fight roll.
Oh my. All right.
They cannot be used to chief attacks.
Okay. I am going to attempt to create an advantage with lore.
Okay.
Rastavan is going to try to focus on every rat, every piece of dried timber, every single thing in this room that could possibly alight. He's going to focus on.
Okay.
And try to take stock of.
Got you. Let's set the challenge at 2. It's a kind of a big ask because a lot of the combustible material has been used, but let's say that some of these structures are still standing. So challenge of 2.
Gotcha.
Jesus. Yeah. You tell me what happens.
There's going to be a little wafts of smoke starting to pick up from, as though somebody had been using one of those sticks and tinder to light fire on one of those survival shows under everyone's feet, and the whole place is going to start to fill with these little wisps of smoke coming from just about everything in here that could catch flame.
Okay. So 2 of moths to the flame. As this entire kind of structure just starts to come alight, spilling heat and smoke into the air. You still have your movement. Anything you want to do?
No.
Okay. Next up, Rakote.
All right. If Sean is not gonna fight this turn, I think I'll use these folks' fight.
Sure.
By all means.
So that's just with a +3. I guess we'll target. Try to see if we can't take out the guy that's got more health over here.
Okay.
Man, but I'm almost guaranteed to knock one of these guys out.
Yep.
Why don't I do that? I'd rather thin the herd than get a shit roll and.
Okay.
All right.
Challenge of 1.
Okay. Damn.
Oh my god. Oh no, you got a boost on him.
Yeah.
As all of these soldiers kind of loose on their feet, you can see just how emaciated and honestly kind of carved up some of these men have become. Just aren't quite the force you're looking for just yet.
Yeah, Rakote sort of casts out a hand for the cavalry to run in, but they're all malnourished and have been nibbled upon.
Yeah, the cannibal kind of seeing this, the chieftain will shout down, "You're a bit too late. See what waits for you. What you've chosen." 3, provoke.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay, 3 will damage.
I'll take it.
And then this guy's going to use his boost to try and take you out. So 4 fight coming your way, Dave.
All right. 4 fight. Wow.
Wow, okay. Not bad. And then Sean, 2 fight coming your way.
All right. Okay.
Okay. A lot of ties. It's working out for you guys, though. As a few of them come around the corner and kind of rush you into one of the nearby buildings, Rostavan, but not being able to see you in the smoke, they kind of just turn around and have a sense of where you're at, but can't quite find you just yet.
Who had attacked me with the? He's gonna get a boost on me.
Yeah, he's got a boost on you. Yep.
How is he attacking?
Let's say that this it's physical. It's a blunt instrument, like probably a piece of stone that he carved or took out from a wall and seemed to bring it overhead to try and dome you.
Okay. Yeah. Boost could be that he's got me in a kind of thrown off kilter as I try too late to block it with my cane, and I'm sort of sent onto my off foot.
Okay. Rostavan, 2 shoot coming your way.
All right. You.
Man, okay, not bad. And the cannibals will move. Move. Rostavan?
All right. Using that one of the advantages, or potentially both of them at the same time, if I'm allowed to.
One at a time.
Okay. I'm going to send this against anyone that it applies to, and that's up to you, Kane. I don't know
Okay.
if you want to make it one target or multiple. He's going to ignite as much of the tinderbox of stuff that he can, and this is going to be a provoke that he's boosting with this. It's not going to actually, not a flame that's going to hurt anybody physically, but it will potentially scare them.
If you were doing this against minions, I will. Success would give 1 successful, so I will remove 2 minions from the fight.
Gotcha. Okay.
Their will is 0.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I assume that works.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so Rostavan, having channeled for a little while, he'll finally raise up his hands, and as he does, in what can only be described as a terrifying fireworks show, he'll turn even the smallest little block of wood, little chip, into a... He'll basically turn all of the matter that is within that into a vertical pillar of fire, no matter how thin. And it'll rise up to the top of the room. Even if it doesn't do any hurt to anybody, it's quite scary to just see a ton of vertical flames rise up out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, there will be just coughs and screams erupting from the smoke as you see a group of men just kind of dart out of this bonfire that Rostavan has lit in the center of their town. The flames of it will kind of capture the eyes of the leader, who just kind of like gives frantic looks over the light, trying to find both of you.
He's losing control.
Yeah, easily.
You didn't say pyromancy. You didn't say.
Yeah.
You didn't say you could do that.
So there's 1 use of Moss to the Flame left.
Okay. I will save that for Sean to use. As what I will do is I'm going to try to provoke the one that has remained over here. What's the will challenge there?
God, Ambush has no will. It's a 0.
Okay. As Rakote will sort of pushing back say, "You see what awaits you. Run, like the rest of them." Jesus Christ! And he tries to say that, but he's got smoke in his eyes, so he's not facing the right direction.
He squeaks out a fart.
Tries to talk over it, but you hear it.
You see what happened to... Oh.
Rakote drops his cane to try to make a loud noise.
3 full seconds after the fart passes. Oh, I just dropped. Pardon me, I dropped my cane. You farted.
No, that wasn't me.
That was my cane.
It was the sound of the cane dropping. No, the fart came first, and we all heard it.
Your jacket blew up. We know it was you.
Over your kind of demands and your yelling, you'll hear another voice rise above it and just say, "A fire is a fine thing to roast them by. Push him into it." And provoke against, and he's going to use his boost, so a 5 against
Jesus.
you.
All right.
And you will feel the heat
Oh my
on your
God.
back as 5 mental stress. And Rostovan's fire seems to be hungry, as much for you as the other men.
I might not know something about your sheet. Was that supposed to be provoke?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was supposed to be Will. Unfortunately, it's the same stat.
Oh, okay.
I tried to help.
Yep.
You did.
Fucked.
I was me misclicking, but it didn't matter.
Reroll it. That's a +2. You'll get better than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, go big.
He immediately looks away. I don't know
I
if
don't
that's
know.
true.
+2,
don't know
but
if
I don't know.
that's
Tonight's
true.
kind of crap. So
I don't know.
If it was a +1, I wouldn't buy it, but I don't know.
Fuck. I don't think I have an aspect to tap. If I'm keeping it a hunch, I think
Yep.
I've got to take it.
Okay. So that's probably a mild, right?
Yeah. I think actually it's got to be a moderate.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You don't have oh god, your will
No.
is 0. Oh no. Oh
yeah. My I rolled a 0 and my 3 is full, so
Okay.
I think I've got to take a 1 and a 4
no. All right.
because it's either a 1 and a 4 or a 2 and a 4. So
Yep. Okay. As you'll kind of feel that and see the kind of blood-curdling look in this cannibal's eyes as he gazes down at you.
All right.
All right. There will be a 2 coming at you, Sean, as one of the cannibals seems to leap from the smoke and tries to get its hands around your throat. It's a fight of 2.
Okay.
It's kind of holding you over the flame. Oh my god. All right, you have a boost on this guy over here.
Yeah, I'll leap over, I don't know, a piece of lumber that's particularly burning.
Yeah, and he will kind of tumble after you, trying to get a better grasp on you, but ends up on his back himself. As Dave, unfortunately, there's 3 bolts coming at you.
That's all right.
So
Yeah, meat
challenge of
shields.
3. So 2 physical
I'll take
stress.
I'll take it.
Yeah, the bolts kind of pepper you, maybe even landing very close by, causing you to break into a run and die behind some cover.
There we go.
And meanwhile, on the other end of this conflict, there'll be a shot from the outside of a door, which kind of bang gives a little bit, bang gives a little bit more, and then with one final push, Corporal Botnick emerges into this kind of now quickly filling smoke room, and turning his eyes left and right, he is going to try and find a way out of this mess.
His lungs full of smoke.
Yeah, his eyes are squinty and red. You can see that a lot of it is filtered into his own area.
Alright, I'm going to use another of the last of the Moss of the Flame for my provoke. And let's see. Would it only focus on this dude then?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do that. Oh, I also have a boost on him.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, he's fucking dead. He's got a will of 0. Yeah, I think it's fucking done. We'll see. Yeah.
There he goes.
All right.
What horror do you fill him with that sends him scurrying?
I look over at him for a moment, and he will see that within the mask that I'm wearing seems to be something of pure light, but only he can see it.
Okay. Yeah, and his eyes will focus on yours. They kind of turn into pinpricks with the brilliance of the light, and then he will turn tail and sprint, running further and further away and disappearing into the smoke. Rakote?
How to advance forward here?
Easy. You just move, and your minions will follow with you.
All right, yeah, me and the boys.
Send the boys in first.
That guy's
Start-
gonna count as
start
a
down the
3.
alley.
So
Okay.
that's a free. You have 1 movement free. So what do you want to do on your turn?
Let's see. As we move in to this zone here. Oh God. I want to try to provoke. Is this the leader here?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to try to provoke him down, and basically, Rakote will say, "Your numbers thin by the minute, while ours only grow. Leave now with your life. Speak no more of the choice of death." With
A
one.
will of 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He spits in my mouth while I'm talking. Oh, gross.
Yeah, he will just laugh a bit and say, "I've killed stronger men than you. Hell, I've had them over rice." No, he will.
No, why not? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
that's good.
fine. Okay,
That's
fine.
a good line.
Okay, I was like, that seemed a little ridiculous when I said it. If I delivered
No.
it better,
Hell,
but, yeah.
I've had them over rice when my sister was in town visiting. We had a good time. I got a reservation at a restaurant. I'm oversharing.
What does
and he's-
what does Hannibal Lecter say? I ate her liver. With
With
some
a
wine.
Chianti.
Nice Chianti.
And then
There it is.
I don't think he did it that long.
Sure.
In the director's cut.
Yeah,
he
check
does.
the director's cut.
Well, Mads
More.
Mikkelsen's version, I had her liver with fava beans at a good Chianti. Flip, 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 flip.
Yeah, he says it.
Yeah.
Yeah, flip
Well,
it.
Mads Mikkelsen was more distinguished.
and I will throw a provoke of 3 at you, Rakote, as he just says plainly, "Less people means less to share. I should be thanking you."
What's your next character idea, Dave?
Yeah, probably a guy with a 4 will.
And 2 shoot coming at you, Rakote, and 2 going at Rostavan.
All right. Let's see.
As they kind of, this group shoots down at you, Rakote, and the other one, Rostavan. There's a kind of a clearing in the smoke, and they press their advantage. Okay, doesn't matter. Bolts fly harmlessly into the fire. Rakote, 2.
2. I'm gonna have
Guitar,
What-
take it.
I'm gonna have Qatar take it.
There is a moment where he seems like he is about to run, and he probably wishes he had taken it as a bolt flies through clean through his throat and sends him sputtering onto the ground. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is going all right.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Botnik is going to move once. Rostavan.
All right. Before Guitar his body's even cold, Rospon's going to move over towards his body.
Oh shit.
His hands against his still twitching form, and he's going to channel the same fire that he did on the fish earlier, and depending on this roll, you tell me what kind of plus I get.
Yep. Okay, you succeed, you get a +2.
Cool. All right, so whatever's left of the guitar starts to turn into ashes with an orange glow sort of trailing around them. And yeah, he becomes fuel.
Yeah, there's a moment where Guitar's eyes kind of brighten up, seeing you over him, offering a hand. He will kind of raise to match yours, but then he will go stiff as parts of his body start to kind of fall away like charcoal. And his face just like falls in on itself, and there's just a flame where his body used to be.
Ah, finally some good kindling.
Ricote, you see all this?
Let's see. I'm gonna have the fellas. Actually, I'm gonna take the defensive action.
Good. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to die. I'm gonna take the defensive action.
Okay. The cannibal is going to throw a 3 provoke at you, unfortunately.
Okay.
You can use your defense to bolster that.
Yeah, I will. I will. Good.
Okay.
Whew.
Yeah. He will just say, "You've gone quiet. Understandable. These are very dire times we live in. Desperate times."
Rakote's defense will just say, I'm trying to figure out when it is that you will join the fray.
There will be 3 coming at you, Rostavan, with a shoot.
All right. How you?
2 stress. As they finally find a bit of a clearing and pelt you with a series of rusted arrows. Cling off your head, kind of causing a ringing. Be your turn.
All right. I'm going to send some of Qatar's ashes towards the big man here.
Okay. I don't think he has athletics. He has 1. 1 athletics.
Whoa!
Okay.
Yeah. All right. He has 1 health left.
So basically, all of Qatar's, yeah, they don't need to cremate him. The ashes of that guy just start to, as they start to move towards this boss dude, they start to catch flame, and they start to, it just turns into basically a torrent of fire that just engulfs him.
Yeah. There will be a ear-splitting howl as this man's skin becomes charred in the swirling vortex of fire. Ricote.
I'm gonna send the boys after him.
All right. This might be it. He has an athletics of 1.
All right, lovely.
Get him, boys.
Get him, boys.
Ah, that's it. That's fucking it. As one man, limping, seeming to have like missed an entire chunk of his leg, just screams out and brings his axe that he's pilfered directly into his shoulder blade.
Digs his crutch into his toe and it kills him.
Yeah. And he does not stop chopping. It is just grueling, the amount of like weight he puts into it, and you can see that he's not the only one, as 2 other men follow close behind and just kind of start pushing their blades into this man. And, yeah.
Ricote distinctly will stand and watch this, keeping his hands folded one over the other on top of his cane, as he, like a fucking mob boss, just observes as they take this man apart.
And seeing that happen, these archers will kind of quickly throw what little bit remains of their quiver and take off into the hills. And that will end conflict. As bloodied, rot with smoke, this entire field is just kind of a mess of blood.
Well, it's good to get some exercise every now and then, isn't it?
It does a body good, I'm told. Now, we must find Botnik.
I'm going to tell you, it's incredibly easy. I can give it to you for free because this man is barely keeping it together.
Botnik?
Yeah, we can have it be if you... Is that who you're looking for? Do you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you start to move about this place, kind of empty now, through the little bit of smoke, you see a man very slowly trying to make his way forward. There's doesn't seem to be much left, but he's pushing it all to getting out of here. He's kind of leaning to one side and looking over his shoulder. He sees you and tries to pick up the pace. There's an athletic challenge of -1 to catch up with him. I'm not even kidding. It's a -1 if you really want to catch this dude.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
go after him.
Go get him.
Or actually, do you still have your boys with you?
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna exert myself for that then.
Alright, send the boys after him. Do they have athletics or are they fight only?
They have athletics of 0, so they could technically apprehend him. That's very funny. I didn't think of that interaction.
I also have an athletics of 0.
I mean, mine's 2, but if I have to, I'll go after
No,
him.
I mean if we
Let's
want
see what they
it's,
do.
it's a
It's-
-1. Let's
It's
see what
a
the boys
resource.
do.
You guys did it. Like
Yeah.
it's fine. Like I just didn't think of that interaction. That's very funny to me.
Rostovan's not going to. He's he's not going to exert himself in that regard if he doesn't need to.
Yeah. Okay. No, the boys will kind of take after you. Rastavan Rakote under your direction. Having liberate them, they will quickly take after Botnik, and there will be a kind of some shouting and some movement, but after a moment, you will see them return with Botnik in tow. And the man is very clearly in dire straits. You can see his face is just red with fever. There is kind of a desperation to him as he looks up into your eyes and says, "I need to speak to the lawbringer. He'll pay you a fair price, just... please."
What's a fair price?
Yeah, there we go.
For what I have to offer, anything. And he'll cough. Seemingly just... The exertion of even just speaking is too much for this man.
And where's this lawbringer?
Where's this what?
That's the guy at the Tomb of the Forgotten, right?
Yep, Arno.
Yep, that's Arno.
Okay. I'll just say, well, good news. Unless we encounter anything more attractive, that's where we're going to be heading.
You'll see relief for the first time on this man's face as he just kind of sinks down a little bit, realizing he doesn't have to fight anymore. And two of the men will kind of strain under his chainmail and keep him back on his feet. And they will regard you, Rakote, in terms of where they go next.
He's going to look to them and he is going to say, by my account, there are 2 more chambers here in the village. Find the rest of your men. Then we leave. And I want to send them to go here and here and give me a second with Rastavan.
Yep. There are 2 more in there, so this group will turn to a +5.
Okay.
And you are kind of left alone. Botnik will be set up against a wall a bit out of earshot so you can speak in confidence.
Sure. So Rakote will say to Rastavan, he'll say, if you had any mind to... God, what is this other place called? At the far end of the
Trowan.
map. You say, if we had any mind to pay Vertrauen a visit ahead of time, we will lose our chance if we bring him to the Lawbringer.
Yeah. Too many unknowns in that direction. I guess this is the quickest way.
The path of least resistance, then.
Yeah, like I said to him, unless we encounter somebody who's just offering us a free ride over there and a bunch of gold and a ship and something to get these manacles off and, you know, pretty much everything we want, then we might as well just continue with what we're doing.
He'll say, Jordan offered a reward for each of his men brought home, and we've 5 of them now. I'd say things are looking favorable for us.
Yeah, seems that way. I don't know. Be careful. Anyone who rules over a place like this, I doubt they got there through the most honorable of means anyway.
Yeah, he'll take that with a respectful nod. And I think that's all I've got.
Yeah, and a foot soldier will return, and you'll see the ranks have swelled, and a few of them will flank either side of Botnik, help him to his feet. And are you heading back to the Tomb of the Forgotten?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead.
I do want to stop to fish along the way.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and give me that roll, and then we will take a break, and then we'll come back and do the other group for a bit, see where they
Okay.
left things. And I feel like we're heading towards a reunion here, so
All
see
right.
what happens.
Yeah, when we stop to rest along the waterway here, I'll take that opportunity to fish with my new cane.
Okay. Challenge. It's a bit close to the falls of 2.
Okay.
Okay. I will spawn 2. You get to choose 1.
Can I succeed with style on the sea is my mistress and her children are my own?
Yeah, it's fine by me. So you can take both of these.
Excellent.
God, that turn order one really likes showing up.
Yeah, it really does.
That's the trade right now.
That one just turns into money.
But yeah, there will be kind of a quiet moment as Botnik sips from the river. His fever just as intense as before, and kind of as in your reclined position, Rakote, you can see that there are just massive teeth marks, but definitely not from a person. Kind of like large incisors seem to have taken a piece of his armor away and some of the flesh underneath.
All right.
And we will pick back up from there with the other group.